What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I appreciate you guys' time as always. So today has been a long time coming. Over a year and a half now, like I mentioned in the last one. But today we are finally getting our BC coilovers installed on the Forester, and I am beyond stoked to finally get this done. Also, we're going to be going through and torquing down all of the bolts from last week's video. So all the control arm bolts, bushings, and all that stuff, nuts, all that stuff's got to be torqued down. And yeah, that's going to be today's video. So let's jump into it. All right, for this task, you're going to simply need a 12mm socket with a ratchet for the 3 top hat bolts. Move down here to the bottom, have a 12mm here holding the ABS line, as well as a 12mm here holding the brake line. And then you have the 2 big bolts going through the knuckle here and the strut. Those are 19mm. Definitely going to have a breaker bar for those because those are extremely tight. Also recommend spraying everything down with penetrating oil and letting it sit just to make it that much easier.
Y'all know when you move a box or something and then this little fella pops out?
Like, I'm not afraid of these things, but when they just pop out of a corner or out of a box or from a fucking split just whoop in your face, what? I lose my coconuts, y'all. Lose my coconuts. You go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the coilovers are in. Both sides, all the way around. It's done, torqued down. I will put all the torque specs for the oh, it's a different day, by the way. I called it quits last night after, well, there was 2 things. One, remember how I was saying in the last clip that the sway bar here wouldn't bolt up correctly, and that's because here on the driver's side, I had left it connected up, so it was kind of binding up a little bit, which was a silly mistake. Thanks to everybody on Facebook and all the Subaru groups that sent me some love and some things to check, I really appreciate that. But yeah, sway bar is good. I also had a problem with the little pinch bolt right here, or pinch nut if you will, that sandwiches together and holds the brake line in place. I ended up having to cut that off, and I did that just a bit ago before getting the coilover and everything installed. That's when I was in the fatigue top. But yeah, everything's bolted, torqued like it needs to be, and like I said, I'll put all the torque specs for everything, the front end, all the components for it, suspension wise, the coilovers, everything. I'll put all the torque specs in the description box if you're curious. So I'm going to go ahead and get the tops up here buttoned up. I still need to tighten and snug down the top 3 nuts here on both sides, and then get the interior put back together, and that's it. I'm going to throw the tires on it, let it, or lower it down and let her start to settle. Alright, this is completely optional, but I like to make things kind of look stock, put everything back the way it was. So these are the top caps that sit on the rear section of the coilover, so what I did was take and drill a hole right in the center of it to make it fit over, and I think it's just kind of like a little added touch. Looks cool to me. Optional, just to be different.